Welcome back everybody for another episode. Matt the Bat here. So this weekend on Thursday, Netflix premiered a new season of Monster. Now Monster is an anthology series based on real serial killers or real murders that happened in real life. 2 years ago we got Monster, the Dahmer story on Jeffrey Dahmer, where Evan Peters played Jeffrey Dahmer. That was a great first season. Evan Peters was amazing in the show. It was freaky, it was creepy, it was dark, it was all sorts of things. And funny enough, that weekend that Dahmer series came out, and I did a review on it. For some reason, I don't know why, there's a lot of fucked up people out there. A lot of people liked my Dahmer review, and that's when I really saw my channel, my podcast channel, finally start getting subscribers. I mean, it went from like a couple, 12, 10, 12 subscribers, and all of a sudden after that weekend, after I put up that Dahmer review, it started to skyrocket. So I contribute Jeffrey Dahmer to my podcast. Thank you very much. I know I can always count on a serial killer to boost up my numbers, but ever since the first season of Monster, my podcast has gone up. Just like the number of bodies Jeffrey Dahmer killed kept going up. Anyway, this will boost my numbers even more. And this one deals with Erik and Lyle Mendez, two brothers that killed their parents in California in 1989. The year I was born. How about that? So, I was like, and I actually had a magazine. I saw this magazine in one of the supermarkets, or at Barnes & Noble. True Crime in Hollywood. One of the stories was that Erik and Lyle Mendez covered. And I thought that was very interesting. They covered the story and the court case in this magazine. They also deal with all the other people, O.J., Marilyn Monroe. Going into Monster, Season 2, I was like, oh yeah, I remember reading that article about a year ago about the two brothers that killed their parents. So now we got an actual 9-episode series on Netflix. I guess you can say a Hollywoodization of it. Now, we don't know how much of this is true, not true. Obviously, we will never know the true story, because once again, the parents are dead. So we don't know the account from their point of view in reality. We only know the point of view of the brothers. And even that, is it real? Is it not? Are they lying? Are they not? We don't know for sure. But as a show, it was entertaining. Some of my positives, I thought episode 5 and 6 were the best in the season. Episode 5 is really, to me, the most creative one. Lyle Mendez is sitting with his lawyer, and he's just telling the lawyer how he was abused as a child, as a teenager, and the whole time the camera is just like this, only on Lyle Mendez. It's almost like a point of view shot because the camera is actually behind the lawyer's shoulders, and we're just getting a look at Lyle this whole time. The camera only moves in like the last 5 minutes of the episode. There are no cuts, there are no breaks, there's no flashback of seeing this play out. It is just a camera on Lyle Mendez for over 40 minutes. That was the best episode because it was something so simple. Hey, we're going to put a camera on this guy. We're not going to move the camera. It's going to be on a tripod. And we're just going to let him talk for 40 minutes. But in that, you don't feel bored. You don't feel like, oh my god, let me get up and get a soda. No, you are so locked in to what this person is saying that you don't want to take your eyes off the screen. And I thought that was that's one of the very almost none other episode in this series, in this season, did something creative. Also, episode 6, where it showed the point of view of the parents. So you see their side of everything, and how they see everything. And, like they say, there's always two sides to every story. And this was one of those moments where you hear the boys' side of everything. Now you're going to see the parents' side of everything. How their kids are little shits. Spoiled, rotten, little shits. And you see, like, the father, where he's coming from. He's a businessman. He grew up as an immigrant, moved over here, had to work his way up to nothing and become something. And, his kids are spoiled. They play tennis. They got all the money in the world because of the mommy and the daddy. And, they're flunking out in school. They're cheating in school. They're doing this. They're doing that. And you see where the parents are coming from. And then when they do misbehave, the punishment, everyone's going to have their own opinion on parenting. Nowadays, oh, you hit your child. Oh my God. How dare you? It's all reprimanding, motherfuckers. That's why the school system is so fucked up right now. When I was in school, you didn't have shootings. You know why? Because when you got in trouble, the parents reprimanded you. Like I say, in school, I didn't get in trouble. You know why? Because I knew, if I go home, you might not see me tomorrow. I'm not worried about the cops. I'm not worried about the teachers. I'm worried about the parent at home. Italian. Yeah. You don't fuck with Italians. People nowadays don't understand that. That's why people misbehave in school. And there's no reprimanding. And it keeps happening and happening and happening. And parents, it's okay to beat your kid. Sometimes they need it. So in this show, there's people like the jurors think, oh my God, the way he was abused as a kid, the violence, the meaning, the punishment. Now the sexual stuff, we don't even know if that's real or not. That's, once again, coming from the boys saying it. That could have been all a lie. I like that. I thought Cooper Cook, the actor that played Erik, the taller one, I thought he brought the most range throughout this season. He was funny at moments, he was charming, very emotional, anger, dread, serious moments. I thought episode 5 really brought that out. And then the scene in the courtroom when he's on the stand, or when he's sitting down hearing his brother talk. I thought he did the best acting out of the brothers. And then you got Javier Bardem as the father, which I was a little worried, like most of the season, I'm like, Okay, you got Javier Bardem, but you're not using him. Why would you get Javier Bardem, Academy Award winning actor, and not use him? And then they start using him, like in episode 6, and I go, there's the Javier Bardem from No Country for Old Men. There's the Javier Bardem from Skyfall. And he's great at playing that where he doesn't have to yell, he doesn't even have to barely, you know, he can just say a few words in a normal manner and you're shaking. You're just like, oh boy. So he's great. You're scared of him throughout the whole series when he's on screen. Nathan Lane plays a warrior. I don't remember his character's name in the show, but he is based on a real person, like all these people, obviously. This really happened. But I did not know watching the show that in real life, his daughter, Nathan Lane's character's daughter, was the older sister in Poltergeist, the movie, that the real actress died in real life. She was murdered in real life. That Poltergeist movie, that had a lot of problems, a lot of curses. The little girl died, the older girl died, the little, her, something happened to her. A lot of problems. That movie was cursed. But I did not know that the character of Nathan Lane's character is the real person that's daughter that was in Poltergeist got murdered by somebody. I didn't want to see him. I wish Monster did a season on that. Because you can tie in Poltergeist movie with the murder. I thought Nathan Lane did a good job. He's like this voice of reason. He knows that these brothers did it. He knows that these are killers. When he's trying to convey that to like people he knows, his friends, co-workers, and obviously this led him down the path of being a lawyer of criminal cases because of his daughter. So I thought he was very interesting. And like I like the different sides of the story. They could have told this story from just the brother's point of view. But I like how they showed both angles, both sides. So my negatives. The other brother, Nicholas Chavez, who plays Lyle, I did not think he was that great of an actor at all. I didn't. I think he was bad, to be honest. Everything compared to Nicholas or Cooper Cook, you never see the difference in acting. Chloe Savini plays the mother, and even though Javier Bardem gets a lot of screen time in episode 6, I wish they had another episode just focused on the mother. I think Chloe Savini doesn't get enough of her point of view. We get a little bit of it, like me and that mother that, I put up with you kids, I raised you, I make dinner every night, I make sure you do your work and your homework, and this is the type of things I get. You belittle me, you call me names, you treat me like shit. I'm like, okay, been there, done that, we need more. Just one moment doesn't give me enough. Obviously, this is not as dark as the Dahmer, Party of 7, Dahmer, season. Obviously, this is not these brothers are not technically serial killers. They killed two people, their parents. But they didn't go on a killing spree. Unlike Jeffrey Dahmer, who killed people, found ways to bring people back to his apartment, kill them, and then a lot of them, eat them. That's a whole level of fucked up. There's fucked up, and then there's that. We just went to Hannibal Lecter here. We went from here to here. We went from, okay, he just killed people, too. The motherfucker's eating people, too. He's a real Hannibal Lecter. So other than that, I still enjoyed it. I got through this in like 2 days. 9 episodes. So, they already greenlit a season 3 with Charlie Hunnam playing Ed Gein. I don't know anything about this guy. Let me know in the comments below, were you a fan of Monster Season 2? The Erik and Lyle Mendez story. Were you alive during that time? Do you remember the events that happened? I remember when the OJ trial was going on. That was all over the news in real time. But this, I was only born when it happened. And then even when the trial happened, I was only like 3 years old. So I don't really remember it that much. But let me know in the comments below. Matt the Man here. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Become a subscriber. Matt the Man.